Hello, everyone. Hola, mundo. Welcome to Voces Poderosas 2025, where Latino brilliance takes center stage. I'm Jackie Bouvier, and again, I'm honored to continue the movement that we've started 3 years ago. This movement that celebrates the nation's most powerful voices of influence, shaping culture, business, nonprofits, future, everything that surrounds our country. I continue to shine the light on our nation's most powerful voices. All of those amazing human beings that you're going to see this year, you're just going to be so shocked, inspired. It will empower you. It will empower your Latinidad to hear, and it'll spark that drive and change that we are so desperately needing. Voces Poderosas is a transformative shortcast spotlighting trailblazers, pioneers, catalysts, shows that wisdom is just amazing and it informs us, inspires us, empowers us, it fuels us. So come on and listen and let us tell you all about our first amazing guest. So welcome to this shortcast, and I want to say that I'm thrilled today to welcome and introduce to you my dear amiga Ilhiana Rojas Saldana. She is the founder of Be Live Coaching or Believe Coaching and Consulting, an award winning executive and leadership coach, best selling author, an international keynote speaker, a former Fortune 500 strategist, and co founder of United Latinas. She empowers leaders and organizations to unlock human potential and build inclusive, high performing cultures. Wow! ¡Qué honor! Welcome, Ileana.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for having me. Congratulations on these 3 years. Sometimes it sounds easy, but it's a lot of work. So thank you so much. I'm deeply honored to be here with you.
Oh, I'm so honored. And personally, I want to say what a true a blessing it's been to have met you in person, your team, and have had breakfast with you guys in New York. And I truly just was looking forward to this month to have you on here because I want the whole world to get to know you and to listen to what you do. And I want people to know your journey, your impact. So why don't you tell us about that path that shaped you, your journey that got you to where you are today? And the moments where your heritage influence your drive and open unexpected doors.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I did 20 years in corporate, like many. I had an amazing career in different Fortune 500 companies, mostly in marketing and sales and building new businesses. I'm originally from Mexico, so did that over there, and then hopped on here in the U.S. Onto a more executive, senior, and global role, leading, multi-billion dollar businesses. And then and then it ended. It was like it just became a job. And although I loved what I did, there was something there that I couldn't put my finger on it, that just, I didn't feel it anymore. So I decided to hop out into the unexpected, which was something that I would have never in a million years think of, which was starting my first company and start my journey as an entrepreneur. Um, and I started my first company, Believe, which you just said, as an executive and as an executive coach and a leadership coach, and doing all this high performing teamwork because I realized that that's what I love to do. This, in addition to building these businesses, really helping my leaders become high performing leaders and my teams becoming high performing teams. Do that, and that's how I started my first company, and that started to grow. And then on the side, there was the inkling of I didn't realize that I was a Latina. You see, through all this time, all of this journey, I never understood that I was a Latina. I knew that I was Mexican, obviously, but I didn't really understand what Latina meant to me and actually how it had impacted me throughout my corporate years. And all of these things, the assimilation, the biases, the working twice, for half the pay, the all of these things that now I understand and now I see through my clients and the work that I do, even through United Latinas. um, I didn't realize the impact that it had had in my previous corporate life, and now there was nothing that I could do about it, right? Like I'm already
Mhm.
on the other side. But that really hit me hard. And that's where I decided to focus specifically, one, on embracing my Latinidad, on reconnected with my voice as a Latina and defining what that is, but also on being able to help other Latinas and to guide other Latinas and support them on their similar journey as my own, and partnering with Sandra Noemi Torres, who's an amazing, amazing business partner to put together United Latinas, where that's a lot of what we do to be able to elevate Latinas' voices, presence, and impact beyond, right? So in a way that drives me every day, remembering what it was like not to know that I was a Latina and what it means today.
Wow, that's powerful. That's something that I think it's just so powerful to share because a lot of our Latinos have that opportunity to realize that nowadays, right? And specifically with this data and the information that we're getting of how powerful we are as Latinos, it's kind of
Oh
trending,
my
I think.
God.
You know, but
Absolutely.
listening to your story, I think it'll inspire a lot of people that have that same opportunity of learning that experience. And looking at the current situation now, our social and professional climate, what opportunities or challenges are you seeing for the Latino professionals?
I think there's challenges. We can go on and on. There's a lot of challenges that have been out there, but I think the opportunity is three things. First of all, is to put ourselves out there, to truly embrace and elevate our voice as Latinos, as professionals, as the power that we have and that we hold, and the influence that we're able to create, and understand the importance of showing up. That representation does matter, because a lot of the fact that I didn't know that I was a Latina, and the implications that it has, was because in the space that I was in, there were no other Latinas in senior
Mm,
positions that I could recognize, that I could, reference. And therefore, that's a lot of where the assimilation came through. But when we start showing up, when you start seeing Latinas and Hispanic in different spaces, you can start to relate, and you're go like, oh, that's me. That doing that is okay. Perfect. It gives you permission to be yourself,
mm.
to be authentic, to tap into your values and what's important to you, which sometimes it's not front and center. So I think that's where the opportunity now lies, more importantly than ever, especially with everything that's happening, to embrace our voice, to tap into it, and to speak up, especially those of us that are in spaces of influence, and use that to serve, and to I've decided now that my mission is to elevate unheard voices and use my voice to do that. So I
That's
deeply
awesome.
believe that that's our responsibility, of many of us, to use our voice for those that currently are being silenced.
You're a powerful woman. That is amazing. I think that's the most important piece is to elevate others because I feel like we're getting to that majority even in this country. Even,
Yeah.
we talk about our purchasing power being the fifth largest country or the country and all of this data that I think is amazing, but at the same time, we need to find ways to have people feel what you said, that Latinidad, the assimilation, the understanding that if others can do it, we can do it, and that's what I find powerful about showcasing amazing Latinos or Latinas as yourself, because you have been there, you have felt it. And so when people hear you and listen to you, they feel inspired and motivated. So I'd love to hear more. I want to know what your power moves are, what bold moves, personal, community, anything that you believe can help the Latinas or Latinos listening to you right now become undeniable a leadership force that is coming up in this decade. I love the young generation, but there's so many differences in culture and they're looking up to us. They want to know, what did we do? So what bold moves or personal things do you think that Latinos can become undeniably leadership forces in the coming decade?
Absolutely. And you said it right. Like, the numbers are there. It is, we have that power. We are the fifth largest in the world in terms of economic growth and impact, but we don't know it. We don't understand the power of our voice, the power of our purchase, the power of our decisions. We just think that we're, uno ahí atrás in the back, and what can we do to truly make a difference? And the reality is that every day, every decision, every purchase that we make, everything that we do, every person that we support or not has huge ripple effects in terms of not only for our community but for this country. And I think that's the biggest bold move, is to understand that power that we have and see ourselves in that, right? Really truly believe in ourselves, the being able to push harder and into what we want this our community and this country to be. And the other thing that I would say is the power of collaboration. It's in our blood, it's in our values, that sense of familia, that sense of comunidad, right? And right now, more than ever, we need to come together versus pull to the sides. Right now, divisiveness is all over the place, and that's the best way to actually, dominate others. But if we come together, we tap into our values of community, of familia, of this is what brings us together. Even though I don't know you, but I know that you that you have similar experiences and tap into similar values, then we will be able to have that collective strength and embrace that collective strength and own it as we should. So to me, those are the boldest things that we need to do, and do it every day. Think about what you're purchasing, the products, the companies that you're supporting through your money, right? Through everything that you do. Are they organizations, companies, products that support Latinos? And if they don't, then think about it twice. There's clearly another option, because that's going to be the way that we're going to be able to support our community and truly build, a future that not only we deserve, but that our generations to come deserve.
That's awesome. Leona, this is great. And I want to ask you something that's out of the questions I sent you. If there is anything you can tell the younger generation listening, if there is just one piece of advice you can give them, from your journey and your experience, what would that be?
You're not alone.
That's awesome.
I think we all feel that sometimes we're alone. We carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, and we need to prove it, right? Because we've been told that you can, and that is sometimes very overwhelming, especially for the younger generation. And know that they're not alone. There's a lot of us here out there that are willing to support, to advocate, to sponsor, to mentor, to give you advice, to open doors. So don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I guarantee you that 98% of the time, you'll get a yes in return. So just, put yourself out there and reach out.
That's great, Eliana. Thank you so much for that advice. I think it's something that's needed, that permission to ask, right? And to feel that you're telling them that and that it is okay to ask. And a lot of times, we hold back, or the younger generations hold back and they don't know how to ask. So I think it's great to be able to hear you say that, and I appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you. It's been a true blessing having you here on Voces Poderosas 2025. A true blessing to hear your story and insight today. Your powerful voice and fearless commitment to elevating our community will inspire many, I promise. And it'll inspire them to rise to their fullest potential. So thank you so much for making a difference. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to give us the best pointers and advice for all of our people out there. Gracias, Ileana.
Thank you so much, Jackie, and thank you for creating this amazing space.